Hey guys, this is Stefan here from Better Brain and another week and another health show. I'm actually streaming between two cameras today, so don't worry if I start to look left to right. I'm just trying to get two different kinds of people involved in this. First of all, guys, I hope you've had an amazing weekend. And today I want to talk about something very important, which is about Mental Health Awareness Week. As some of you know, this week in the UK is dedicated to mental health, especially when you think your world is turned upside down and with the lockdown of coronavirus, of social isolation, I can understand how this can be so challenging. So today I want to give you 3 simple health hacks on how to overcome some of the mental health challenges that we all face nowadays. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. But if you stay until the end, I'll give you 3 top simple practical solutions how to manage mental health better. Obviously, this is just advice. I'm not a professional by all means, but I kind of done this for a long time now. So some of the things I know hopefully can help some of you. Here we go. So obviously, this week has been dedicated by the NHS and by other health organizations to mental health. And the theme this year is about kindness. And who knew how much kindness can help people? And some of the research out there is so interesting about how kindness can even affect your chemicals and your hormones. So stay with me and I'll explain to you what I mean by that. But I want to give you 3 tips, 3 simple tactics on how to manage this problem of mental health in a better way. Number 1, you probably knew I was going to start with that, but number 1 is actually exercise and movement in particular. Hey guys, I'm glad everyone is joining and doing well. So number 1 is movement. We know from research how moving and actually exercising and getting your heart rhythm and your heart rate going affects massively the state you're in, which means it can help with some chemical reactions and therefore make your body healthier. So we definitely have to create some level of movement routine. I'll give you mine, for example. So this morning I woke up. It was actually a little bit later than I should have. But what I decided to do is I decided to go for a short run, which was literally 20 minutes, a very steady pace. And I did that on empty stomach. We know when you run on empty stomach or when you exercise on empty stomach, your body creates even better hormones, things like BDNF and things like that, to improve your mental awareness and mental acuity, improve your memory, and give you more energy. Hey guys, everyone is joining us now. Awesome. Where are you guys from? Where are you joining us from? Comment below. I would love to see your responses. Obviously, I'm not sure about the rest of the world, but in the UK this week is all about mental health and mental health awareness. And I think it's really important to talk about that stuff. And the theme, as I said earlier, is about kindness. And I think this is something very important because it's not something we often talk about. But when I give you some of the information in a minute, some of the studies, it will amaze you. It will shock you how good kindness can be. But we'll get to that hack in a minute. The number 1 hack, like I said, is movement. The second hack is creating routine. How many of you have routine throughout the day when you're working? And how many of you have lost that routine now that we're on lockdown? Can you guys relate to that? I certainly can. It took me almost, I don't know, like 10 days, 2 weeks almost to create some level of routine. Because as soon as you lose routine, what happens? We go back to the same old reptilian brain, the brain that is lazy. It's just there to survive. So all you care about is eating and sleeping and reproduction, which sometimes is not a bad thing. Okay, you with me so far? So definitely create some form of routine, whether that is a morning routine, whether that is an evening routine. I was chatting to a buddy of mine about an hour ago on the phone, and actually what we said was the day before you want to do something, make sure you plan it. Make sure you plan a walk. Make sure you plan talking to a friend. Make sure you plan your meals. Make sure you plan your food shop, because that reduces massively the amount of stress you experience. And when your brain is not stressing, it can have the logic to have the thinking process behind it. So you don't have to panic and last minute order or last minute get a pizza delivery. You know, it's such an important thing to consider when we talk about routine. One of the most practical routine hacks I can give you is my 3-2-1 rule. Every single evening, get yourself, let me show you, look, get yourself a diary. Get yourself a diary. Actually, I finished this one, so I've got another one. And every single evening, I write down 3 things I'm grateful for that particular day, 2 things that I want to achieve tomorrow. So already I don't have to stress about what needs to get done tomorrow. And 1 thing I could have done better today. The 3, 2, 1 rule. Remember that one. Like I said, get yourself a diary, and it's just so good for reflection. You can put things like negative thoughts there. You can put things like positive thoughts, but it's all about putting things on paper so your brain can declunk and release some of that energy that it needs to release, because the brain is an amazing piece of machinery. It's not like your phone where it can process things very quickly. It does that logically, but it gets really confused when you're worried or stressed or anxious or mental health is a problem. So it's really, really important to recognize that. And the 3rd hack that I want to share with you tonight is probably the coolest thing in the world, and that is the act of kindness. One of my favorite sayings ever, when I say to people, they didn't really understand what I meant, but I have this favorite saying when I say, it's just nice to be nice. It's not, I'm going to say it to the other camera, it's just nice to be nice. Quite often we don't think about how much being kind can help other people. But what if I told you that being kind can actually help you as well? It can help you with your mental health, with your physical health. There's so many studies done now on kindness. And this is what they find. When you're kind to other people, 2/3 of people found that it makes them feel better and it gives them that positive outlook. So that is making you feel better. But also what happens is 2/3 of people that you are kind to also find health benefits too. So it's just a win-win situation. It's just nice to be nice. It's nice to be nice. If you want to go into the science behind it, for example, one of the biggest benefits of being kind and being nice to people, but specifically kindness, and not to expect anything in return, by the way. For example, one of the people that we have listening, Mags, for the last 2 weeks, she sent us these huge boxes of very fresh, organic, local produce with vegetables, with fruits, without expecting anything in return and without even us asking. And how amazing is that? We had again a knock on the door today, and there's a delivery guy, and he said, look, this is from this person, congratulations. And automatically what happens when you're kind to someone, your body produces something called oxytocin. How many of you guys have heard of the hormone oxytocin? It's the kindness hormone. Oxytocin is what also called a cardioprotective hormone, which means it's good for your heart. It means it is good for your cardiovascular health. And that happens instantly as soon as you realize that someone is being kind to you or you've been kind to someone. And it's free. You know, you don't have to, all you have to do is one practical thing is just to phone a friend and see how they're doing. That's an act of kindness, right? It doesn't have to cost money. You don't have to buy big presents for people. You just need to be kind to others, but also to yourself. It kind of starts from this person, right? So yeah, one of the biggest things I was shocked about when I was reading about this is when the body produces this hormone, it not only protects your heart, but also, this is really cool, it's an amazing anti-aging hack as well. How cool is that? So basically, when you show an act of kindness to someone or to a group of people, you know, people do loads of charity work and they volunteer, which is amazing. This basically reduces something called oxidative stress in your body. And oxidative stress is one of the biggest reasons why cells get damaged and why we might be aging. So they find that when people are kind, they can actually test the skin and how quickly it ages. And we know now that this oxytocin hormone is really good for anti-aging. So not only that you're kind and you're helping others, but it's helping you too, which is so cool, which is so amazing. And obviously, some of you know as well is the geeks out there. I don't know how many of you are, but I definitely am a geek and I'm proud of it now. But oxytocin is shown to be what we call a vasodilator. So that means when you're kind and when you're nice to someone and it gives you that positive feeling, when you release oxytocin, that actually dilates your blood vessels. So it opens up your vessels, which reduces your heart rate, which is incredible, incredible. No medication, no need to go to the GP, just need to be kind to each other. And I think that's why Mental Health Awareness Week, it's done such a great job by concentrating on kindness this year, especially with what we're going through together. This is really important to understand. It's together. Everyone is in the same boat. We're all affected differently by this virus or this lockdown, but actually it's so important to know that you're not alone. Whether you're feeling down, anxious, depressed, there are people out there to help you. All you need to do is just give a good friend or a family member a call. For example, I was talking to one of my best buddies half an hour ago for an hour and 8 minutes, and we were just chatting. We were just having a catch up. That was it. So, like I said, loads and loads and loads of health benefits when it comes to being kind to people. And another thing that I found helpful as well is whether you're affected by mental health or not. Sorry, guys, my battery's about to die. Whether you're affected by mental health or not, being kind to people is just helpful. It's just really healthy. So it doesn't cost any money. It's not effort, and it also is such a nice way to introduce a bit of happiness to other people. But this is what happens as well, right? So if you are kind to people, your body produces. How many of you have heard of serotonin, for example? We know what the serotonin is. It's the happy hormone. This hormone is actually missing, or it's dramatically reduced in people that suffer with depression. So we find that when you're kind to someone, this boosts your level of serotonin. So you get that happiness release, which is amazing. It means that not just you helping someone else, like Max giving us a box of vegetables and making me super happy, but also it helps you too. So this is my message for today. Be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. It's just nice to be nice, right? Emma is joining us late. Hey, Emma, good to see you. But like I said, guys, if you want to watch this whole video, give it a thumbs up if you find this stuff helpful. The main topic of this week is going to be mental health awareness, and also I'll be giving you some hacks how to boost your energy levels during this lockdown. Also, how do we use just the positive side of mental health and forgetting about how smile. One of the best hacks. If you look in the mirror and you smile, you're already tricking your chemistry to release happy hormones, again, serotonin. And another thing I wanted to say is, we talked about this last week, but a lot of people I'm noticing, myself including, by the way, when we feel stressed or we feel down or we feel bored, what do? We stress eat. Overeating, it's a big issue. So if you understand how food can affect your biology and how to trick your tummy not to be hungry for that long, it can certainly help your stress levels, your anxiety levels, and eventually even help with some people who are going through depression. And I think it's really important to look at not just the actual symptom, whatever that symptom might be, sadness, unhappiness, overweight, but also to look at the underlying cause. And quite often it starts from the stuff you put in your mouth, the food. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, go to the website and download the free guide. We have a free ebook, which is like literally 3 pages long, and it shows you what types of food are good for you and the crap you need to stay away from, because that's equally as important. Just go to betterbrain.co.uk. We've got 2 free ebooks now, and one of them is about burning belly fat, but the other one is about what are the foods that we should concentrate on, especially during these crazy times. Awesome, guys. Love and appreciate you. Stefan here from Better Brain. Give us a thumbs up if you like these. I will try to put this video on YouTube as well, but if I can't, you can watch it here or rewatch it. And like I said, we'll see you on Wednesday. Wednesday, I want to talk about something called the Paleolithic diet, or the paleo diet, and how that can help you lose weight and balance your hormones. That's going to be really cool. So I'll see you there. Bye-bye and enjoy your evening.